Hello. Today we're talking about working with light work for our intentions. If you didn't watch the previous two videos of this series, while you don't necessarily need to watch them in order to gain something from this video, it will make the most sense and provide the most context for them. So I invite you to pause and go and check out the How to Set Powerful Intentions video and the How to Use Shadow Work to Stay Consistent with Your Intentions video. And today we're talking about integration using light work. So yesterday we focused on doing the heavy emotional labor, right? We talked about how to not spiritually bypass with our feelings and how by not spiritually bypassing, we can actually stay more consistent with our intentions and go deeper with them. So what's light work? I personally define light work as any action, belief, interaction, experience, energy that shares love. To me, light work is play. Light work is service. Light work is generosity. We can both think of it in like the cool, energetic, spiritual sense of literally working with different frequencies and different colors of light within our body. And from the very just human side of doing things that feel good and helping others do things that feel good. So when you look at your intention and you kind of see the triggers that are showing up that are paired with it, and then you got to that final questionnaire where you ask yourself what you needed. And so this is where we can kind of take that response and expand on it even bigger, right? We can go as big as we want to go for ourselves. And so if the self needed play, we're going to play so hard. We are going to play to the point where it makes us feel uncomfortable. And if that to you is already causing a sense of resistance, then I'm going to back up a moment. And I want to introduce the idea to you of microdosing joy. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen some of my stories where I share, oh, this was my microdose of joy for the day. And I started doing this because I realized that I just needed those little moments of the day to kind of like pick me up, bring me back to love in a fun, light-hearted way. And I know that for some people, when we think about experiencing joy, that can evoke a lot of fear. It's kind of like the good old Winnie the Pooh quote, right? Why am I afraid to be happy? Because that's when something bad happens. And by building a spiritual practice like this, right, working with intentions and shadow work and light work, we can begin to understand how that's not the relationship we need to have with joy. We don't need to equate joy with doom. We can accept being cyclical beings. And we know, right, that even if something bad does happen after we've been experiencing some joy, we have the tools to be able to process that. And so rather than trying to approach joy as something that once you feel it once, you should be feeling it forever. And you should be, if you're not feeling it, then that means you're doing something wrong. We're going microdosing with it. We only need a little bit of joy. It only needs to last for a little bit of time to make a difference. Joy is a catalyst for personal growth. Play is a catalyst for personal growth. And if we are cutting ourselves off from those experiences, then we are not fully embracing who we are and who we are becoming. If doing something for yourself feels hard to start with the spirit of generosity. If giving yourself that play feels hard, is there somebody else that you could give it to start? and not giving it to them and feeling like you're creating more lack in your life, right? Not feeling like, oh, I helped this person play and now I have even less play in me. No, we are light workers. We know that by giving that person more play, giving that person an invitation to play, we are creating more of that playful energy for ourselves to experience as well. And so we've talked a lot about, how to think with these intentions, and with the shadow work, a lot of the feeling with this intention. Light work is really a lot about doing. It's about doing from a space of love. It's about doing from a space of service. So one practice that you can try for light working is to be somebody's fairy godparent. Make somebody's day. Surprise somebody. It does not need to cost you any money at all. It might just be the one person who you've been like feeling a nudge to reach out to, and you reach out to and you offer them some help. A lot of times we talk about how we need to get better at asking for help, right? And I absolutely agree. And I believe that one of the best ways that we could do that is by offering more help, and not offering help from a place of resentment or feeling exhausted, right? We offer help when we have a little, even if it's just a little something to give. And again, going into it with that mindset that we are creating more. A fun, kind of like not cooler, but the cool spiritual approach, right, is to identify your intention. Got it? Now I want you to focus your energy down at the base of your spine. And I want you to imagine that the energy of that intention, right? The word. Let's start right with the word. Imagine that word just filling the base of your spine. Its frequency emitting the signals already. With each breath, this feeling gets stronger and stronger. And I want you to imagine what you're doing with that intention. How are you behaving? What are the choices you're making? What are the actions that you are engaging in? And then pausing and inviting in your spirit team, inviting your guides and angels of the highest truth and compassion to be present with this intention, to infuse their love and their light into this intention. And then you can continue this practice through each chakra, right? We started down at the base of the spine with the root. And then you can do the same thing up in the sacral, identifying that intention, feeling the frequency of the word, and going into what we're doing with this intention, and inviting your spirit team in. Do this all the way up through the top of your head and see how it makes you feel. See how it inspires you to move. See what you do next with it. A third light working practice for you today is to write yourself that permission note. Write yourself that permission note to feel that freedom to play, to experience joy, and to do it without major expectations or attachments. Let yourself know that it's time. because it's doing this intentional work. It's being this clear and direct with ourselves that leads us to the substantial changes. I know I've seen so many people start their spiritual journeys and then they just kind of either get burnt out because they try to do everything all at once, or they feel disheartened because they aren't seeing the progress that they thought that they would see. You deserve the support and the encouragement and the accountability needed to make those substantial changes. You are not who you've been. You are becoming the greatest version of yourself that you've ever experienced. And I would love to be there to support you. If you really want to dive deeper with these concepts, with these tools, and you want to do it in a way where you get that one-on-one attention, right? Where you're not just watching me on a screen and trying to implement this all yourself, but you have me to talk this out with to help you implement the changes in your specific life with your specific unique needs and circumstances. We get to take all of that into consideration in our 8 weeks together through the Unbecoming program. In Unbecoming, we unbecome everything that we thought we had to be or we should be so that we can become everything that we desired to be. Through 8 weeks, I guide you through the practices that have changed my own life. We start off with that part of Unbecoming, where we release and we unlearn some of these limiting beliefs that we've had about ourselves. We face those fears head on. We go deep. We do that shadow work so that way we have that foundation for knowing how to process our emotions and take care of ourselves. And then we move into the Becoming, where we get to have weeks exploring play and joy and miracles and light work. And we get to see how that gets to be the catalyst for your personal growth. There will be Reiki, there will be card readings, there will be meditations. Speaking of meditations, one of the best parts of this program truly is the accountability that's offered. Once you sign up and the program is going, you will get a daily email every morning with a meditation and journal prompts for you. So no more spending like 10 to 15 minutes trying to find the perfect meditation and then feeling like, well, I don't have the time to meditate that I wanted to, so forget it. I won't do it this time. I'll try again tomorrow. Nope, meditation's right there for you. Just do that one. Trust me, I've created it specifically for this program. So you get that morning email with your meditation, your journal prompts. And then in the evening, there's another check-in in our community space. We'll have a community space where other participants can meet and gather. And if they want to share stories, share insights, ask for advice, you absolutely can. And you can check in on the accountability post for the day, celebrating your consistency, and then cheering others on and encouraging others as well, right? We'll start to see, okay, it's getting close to the end of the day. Haven't noticed this person check in. You might start getting tagged. People wondering where you are. Have you done your meditation? Have you done your journaling yet? And not in like, a belittling type of way at all, but in a, you got this. You're deserving of this, right? You're worthy of showing up for yourself in this way. And so we will cheer you on so that way you do. So registration is officially open. I'm only accepting a limited number of clients for each session because I want to be able to give them the best of me, because that's what everybody who signs up deserves. So you can sign up on my website, www.chelseascavera.com. That's www.chelseascavera.com. And you'll see the Unbecoming tab. You want to click that and go ahead and sign up, save your place. There are payment plans available. And As always, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions on this topic or spirituality, self-care, bridging the gap between psychology and spirituality, just leave it in the comments. Thank you so much and take care of yourself.